In this video, let's take a closer look at The Iron Giant, one of the saddest animated movies you'll ever watch.
You are who you choose to be.
Superman.
This movie doesn't rely on flashy moments or intense drama to make you feel something. Instead, it creates an emotional connection through powerful themes like innocence, sacrifice, and the fear of the unknown. What makes The Iron Giant so heartbreaking is the character of the giant himself. He's made to be a weapon, a tool for destruction, but that's not how he starts. He's like a blank slate, with no memories or intentions, just a curious creature who's eager to learn about the world around him, almost like a child. The heart of the story is the beautiful friendship between the giant and Hogarth. Their bond is built on trust and wonder, with Hogarth showing the giant the simple joys of life, like swimming in the lake or reading Superman comics. As the giant learns more about humanity, he starts to understand the goodness in people. But here's where the tragedy begins. His innocence stands in stark contrast to the world around him, a world that fears him. He doesn't understand violence or why people see him as a threat. When he first witnesses death, like when a deer is shot, he's confused.
It's dead.
He has no idea how a gun works. But when Hogarth explains that guns kill, the giant starts to process the idea, and it hits him hard.
Gun.
Yes. Guns kill.
Guns. Kill.
He realizes that he's made from weapons, and his purpose was meant to bring destruction. This understanding breaks his heart, because even though he knows what he's capable of, he doesn't want to be that way. He doesn't want to hurt anyone. He just wants to be himself. That innocence, paired with the knowledge of what he's built to do, makes his story so incredibly emotional.
That is a tree. Rock. Tree. Get it? That's right!
The movie is set in the 1950s, a time when Cold War paranoia was at its peak. The fear of the unknown and anything different was widespread, and this fear is reflected in how the government responds to the giant. The government, represented by Kent Mansley, immediately views the giant as a potential weapon, something dangerous that threatens national security, just because he's not like everyone else.
But sir, I've got an eyewitness.
An eyewitness with a concussion.
This thing is a menace.
Mansley doesn't try to understand the giant. He sees him as a tool for destruction rather than a creature capable of something more. What makes this so heartbreaking is how closely it mirrors real-world history, particularly the fear of the unknown and how this fear of the other has led to terrible consequences. Throughout history, we've seen how fear can create division, suspicion, and even violence. The Iron Giant captures this so well. The military doesn't care that the giant hasn't done anything wrong. They're too focused on what he could do. Instead of seeing a being capable of growth, compassion, and friendship, they only see a threat. At the heart of the film is the relationship between Hogarth and the giant. Hogarth is a lonely kid who, instead of being scared of the giant, treats him like a friend. He doesn't view the giant as just a machine or a monster. He sees him as a unique being, worthy of companionship and understanding. That bond they share is so pure and heartfelt. Hogarth shows the giant kindness and helps him navigate the world, teaching him about humanity, humor, and love. The ending of the movie hits so much harder because while Hogarth sees the giant as a friend, the world around them only sees a threat. The climax of this movie is hands down one of the most heartbreaking moments in all of animation. It's a moment that stays with you long after the credits roll. When the government launches the nuclear missile aimed at destroying the entire town, the giant faces a life-changing decision. Instead of running away or fighting back, things that would have been so easy for him, considering the power he has, he makes the ultimate choice to save everyone. This moment is so powerful because it shows the giant choosing something beyond his design, something far greater than just being a weapon. The most emotional part is when the giant, flying toward the missile to stop it, says, "I am Superman." That moment is one of the most devastating in the entire movie, not just because it's sad, but because it's so deeply meaningful. He's not just acting out of duty or because he was programmed to do so. He's making a choice driven by his own free will, his understanding of right and wrong, and his deep desire to protect others. The giant has come to realize that he is more than what he was created for. He can be a hero. What makes this scene so impactful is how it perfectly ties into everything the movie has been building up to. The themes of free will, sacrifice, and the belief that we can always be better than what we were made to be. The giant was built to be a weapon, to destroy, but he chooses to fight for life, to show that he's capable of love, courage, and selflessness.